On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Grub.
The larval stage of an insect, particularly beetles, butterflies, or flies, food, especially in the form of unappetizing or unappealing cooked dishes. Verb, to dig or search diligently and laboriously.
Examples:
Cook up some grubs. Grub for potatoes. The garden was infested with beetle grubs, causing damage to the plant roots.
Heap.
An untidy pile or mass of something, a large number or amount or extent of something.
Examples:
A heap of trash. Top of the heap. A heap of old clothes was lying in the room.
Lord.
A person who has general authority, control, or power over others, a man of noble rank or high office.
Examples:
A young lord. Lord of castle. The feudal lord had ruled the land for many years.
Pillage.
The act of looting or plundering, particularly during times of war or conflict. The theft or destruction of property or valuables. Verb, to rob, loot, or plunder a place or area, usually in a violent and destructive way.
Examples:
Violent pillage. Pillage gold and other treasures. The army's village pillage left the residents without food or shelter.
Destroy.
To ruin or damage severely or completely, to eradicate or eliminate completely.
Examples:
Destroy the ecosystem. Destroyed evidence. The building was destroyed in the fire and had to be rebuilt.
Improvisation.
The act of making something up on the spot or creating or performing something without preparation.
Examples:
Improvisation on stage. Jazz improvisation. He created a beautiful piece of music using only improvisation.
Spinning.
The act of rotating rapidly around an axis. In the context of textiles, the process of twisting fibers together to form thread or yarn.
Examples:
Spinning machine. Spinning wheel. She took a spinning class at the gym to improve her cardiovascular fitness.
Plat.
A map or a plan that shows the division and layout of land into lots or parcels, a piece of land typically used for building or agricultural purposes.
Examples:
Plat book. A former plat of farmland. The city planning department keeps detailed plats of all the local properties.
Procrastinate.
To postpone doing what you should do, often because it is unpleasant or boring.
Examples:
Procrastinate about a big challenge. Procrastinate on my homework. He procrastinated the matter until it was almost too late.
Debate.
A formal discussion or argument of opposing viewpoints, often to persuade others to adopt a specific position. A public discussion, often on an issue of current interest, in which participants offer opinions and differing perspectives.
Examples.
Debate topic. Debate competition. The debate over climate change continues to be a hot topic in politics.
Mate.
A person's partner in marriage or romantic relationship, an animal's sexual partner, a peer or friend, of the game of chess, checkmate, which is the winning condition of the game.
Examples.
Smoking mate. Dog-loving mate. I need to find a mate for my female guinea pig so she doesn't get lonely.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples.
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Reef.
A long chain or range of rocks or sand near the ocean's surface.
Examples.
Barrier reef. Coral reefs. The vessel ran aground on a reef.
Rum.
A distilled alcoholic beverage made from sugarcane or molasses, often aged and typically with a sweet, rich, or spicy flavor.
Examples.
Rum cocktail. Spiced rum. The rum in the pina colada gave the drink its signature kick.
Twin.
Either of two children born at the same time from the same mother.
Examples.
A twin lens camera. A twin room. Its twin brothers are difficult to tell apart except for their parents.
Tattoo.
A form of body modification made by inserting ink, dyes, or pigments, either permanent or temporary, into the skin to form a design.
Examples.
A tattoo artist. A person who has a tattoo. Any activity on the internet will be stored as a digital tattoo for life.
Bum.
A person who is homeless or lives in poverty, a lazy, shiftless, or worthless person, a beggar, a person who spends time doing nothing productive.
Examples.
Homeless bum. Lazy bum. He used to be a successful businessman, but now he's a washed-up bum with nothing to show.
Chum.
A close friend, a companion, also refers to bait used in fishing to attract fish.
Examples.
School chum. New chum. He always had a chum to play with when he was a child.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples.
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Grieve.
To feel or show great sadness or sorrow, especially for someone who has died.
Examples:
Grieve for loss. Grieve at the sad news. She grieved the loss of her parents.
Crocodile.
A large, carnivorous reptile with powerful jaws and a long, scaly body, native to tropical regions and often found in rivers and freshwater habitats.
Examples:
Crocodile hide. Saltwater crocodile. The crocodile attack left the villagers in a state of shock and fear.
Sealed.
Closed or secured with.
Examples:
Sealed orders. Sealed jar. We packed and shipped the product in sealed containers.
Poem.
A piece of writing that emphasizes the expression of feelings and ideas by paying particular attention to diction, sometimes rhyme, rhythm, and imagery.
Examples:
A narrative poem. Poem to the dead. A great poem is a fountain forever overflowing with the waters of wisdom and delight.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Frail.
Weak, delicate, and easily broken or worn out, lacking physical, mental, or emotional strength.
Examples:
Frail body. Frail condition. My grandfather's health has declined, and he is now quite frail.
Platinum.
A dense, precious, silvery white metal with the atomic number 78 and the symbol point that is highly resistant to corrosion and tarnishing, often used in jewelry, coins, and industrial applications.
Examples:
Platinum record. Platinum jewelry. The chemist worked with a platinum catalyst to speed up the reaction.
Helmet.
A protective covering for the head, worn for safety or as part of a uniform or ceremonial dress.
Examples:
Helmet size. Safety helmet. The worker survived the impact because they were wearing sturdy helmets.
Row.
An arrangement of objects or people side by side in a line, verb, to propel a boat through the water using oars.
Examples:
Criminal on death row. A row of cherry trees. He was the leader of the demonstrators and spoke out against the war in the front row.
Thatch.
A material, such as straw or reeds, used to cover the roofs of houses or other buildings.
Examples:
cover with thatch. Thatch of hair. The thatch roof was made from local grasses and was a traditional design.
Creed.
A system of beliefs or principles.
Examples:
Political creed. Creed of faith. The creed of the organization emphasized hard work and dedication.
Haunt.
To frequent or visit repeatedly, often in a way that is disturbing or unsettling. To occupy or fill the mind, often in a way that is unpleasant or persistent.
Examples:
Haunt memories. Haunt my conscience. The crowd's boos and jeers continued to haunt the performer long after the show ended.
Succumb.
To fail to oppose something, such as desire, pressure, or some other opposing force. To die or suffer badly from the effect of a disease or injury.
Examples:
Succumb to cancer. Succumb to old age. He finally succumbed to temptation.
Gorgon.
In Greek mythology, a female creature with snakes for hair whose gaze turned people to stone, something or someone that causes terror or fear.
Examples:
Gorgon hair. Gorgon stone. After that last exam, the professor was a total gorgon to anyone who tried to ask for clarification.
Stare.
To gaze or look fixedly and intently at someone or something, often in a questioning, curious, or suspicious manner. Noun, a fixed, intense, and prolonged gaze or look.
Examples:
Stare blankly. Give a menacing stare. He couldn't help but stare at the beautiful sunset over the ocean.
Surrender.
To cease resistance to an enemy or opponent and submit to their authority.
Examples:
Surrender at discretion. Surrender an insurance policy. The enemy was forced to surrender after a long battle.
Retreat.
The act of moving back or withdrawing from a position or situation, a period of rest or relaxation away from work or everyday life.
Examples:
Retreat deeper into their territory. Retreat in a mountain region. Many people go on a retreat to recharge and reconnect with themselves.
Acknowledge.
To accept or admit the existence, reality, or truth of something. To accept that someone or something has a particular authority or quality. To express obligation, thanks, or gratitude for someone's help, commitment, etc.
Examples:
Acknowledge the deed. Acknowledge his help. He never acknowledged his fault.
Gentle.
Having or showing a kindly or tender nature, soft and mild.
Examples:
In a gentle voice. Gentle downward slope. Her gentle manner relaxed everyone there.
Commerce.
The activity of buying and selling things, especially on a large scale.
Examples:
Interstate commerce. The local chamber of commerce. This company has invested heavily in internet commerce.
Cosmetic.
Relating to treatment aimed at restoring or improving a person's appearance and attractiveness. Noun, a substance that you put on your face or body to enhance its appearance and make it more attractive.
Examples:
Minor cosmetic changes. Cosmetic fenders on cars. Cosmetic surgery is becoming more common in Asia due to lowering prices.
Surgeon.
A doctor who is trained to perform medical operations that involve cutting open a person's body.
Examples:
An excellent brain surgeon. Army surgeon. He is a skilled surgeon that has many years of training and experience.
Railroad.
Metal tracks laid with rails on which trains run, a system of tracks with the trains operated by an organization.
Examples:
Coast-to-coast railroad. Railroad industry. The town was founded in the 19th century as a stop on the railroad, and it grew rapidly as a result.
Stoke.
To add fuel to the fire or furnace, to increase the intensity or strength of something, such as an emotion or conflict.
Examples:
Stoke a fire. Stoke passions. The artist used bright colors and bold brushstrokes to stoke a sense of vibrancy in their painting.
Qualm.
A feeling of doubt, worry, or unease about something, especially an ethical issue.
Examples:
With no qualm. A frightful qualm. She had a qualm about traveling alone, but eventually decided to go.
Hell.
The place thought to be where bad people go and are punished after death, often depicted as being located beneath the earth, an extraordinarily unpleasant or difficult place.
Examples:
Run like hell. Hell broke loose. The battlefield became hell on earth.
Weep.
To cry tears because of sadness, rage, or pain.
Examples:
Weep bitter tears. Weep for joy. I'm easily moved to tears, so I would weep in sympathy if I saw that movie.
Folly.
A lack of good sense or judgment, foolishness or absurdity, specifically a costly, useless, or pointless building or project that has been created or undertaken for no practical purpose or benefit.
Examples:
Economic folly. Act of folly. It was folly for the hiker to climb the dangerous mountain alone.
Wage.
A particular amount of money that somebody earns, usually every week or every month, for work or services.
Examples:
Unpaid wages. Increase in the minimum wage. His wages continued to rise as his skills improved.
Vain.
Having an excessively high opinion of oneself, excessively concerned with one's appearance or achievements, producing no result or effect, or being unsuccessful.
Examples:
Vain hope. Vain pursuit. He is in vain searching for a new job since he has no experience in the field.
Stitch.
One of the tiny thread lines visible on a piece of fabric after it has been sewn.
Examples:
A stitch in a garment. Pattern stitch. The wound was so deep that it needed a surgical procedure and stitches.
Nip.
To pinch or squeeze with the fingers or a tool, to seize suddenly or quickly, to give a small bite or pinch, to decrease or reduce the size or amount of something by a small amount.
Examples:
Nip a bud. Nip into the room. I need to nip the thread to sew this button on.
Tuck.
To push a stray piece of clothing or material into a certain area or position, especially to make it more orderly or comfortable.
Examples:
Tuck a baby in the blanket. Tuck into another cigarette. You should tuck your shirt into your trousers.
Crack.
To break or cause to break without dividing into separate parts. Noun, a line on the surface of something along which it is separated without breaking.
Examples:
Crack an eggshell. A crack in a board. He that would eat the kernel must crack the nut.
Doom.
Death, destruction, or some other terrible situation that cannot be avoided.
Examples:
Economic doom. Prophet of doom. Everyone was aware of the impending doom, but was unable to prevent it.
Foretell.
To predict or reveal something that will happen in the future.
Examples:
Foretell the attack. Foretell the end of the world. The fortune teller was able to foretell the future by reading tarot cards.
Womb.
The organ of a woman or female mammal in which a baby develops before birth.
Examples:
Tumor of womb. Womb transplant. The fertilized egg implanted itself in the womb.
Forswear.
To renounce or reject something, particularly under oath, or to break a promise, to give up or swear off something.
Examples:
Forswear tobacco. Forswear his criminal lifestyle. I will forswear all unhealthy habits and commit to a healthier lifestyle.
Shrink.
To become smaller, or to make something smaller in size or amount.
Examples:
Shrink the tumor. Shrink with fear. This shirt will shrink in the wash.
Caress.
To touch or stroke gently and affectionately, to express love or tenderness with physical contact.
Examples:
Caress her hair. Caress his cheek. The mother gently caressed her child's forehead to soothe their fever.
Cease.
To stop an action or event.
Examples:
Cease to exist. Cease drinking. The company decided to cease production of the product.
Lean.
Having a noticeably small amount of body fat. Verb, to bend or move from a straight to a sloping posture.
Examples:
A lean horse. Lean athletic figure. Lean operational improvements often lead to better environmental performance.
Calm.
Not excited, angry, or nervous, free from wind, large waves.
Examples:
Calm sea. Calm manner. It was the first time in a long time that I felt truly calm and at peace.
Blessing.
A gift or favor from a higher power or force, an act or expression of approval, encouragement, or gratitude, something that brings happiness or good fortune.
Examples:
Count your blessings. Bestowed blessings. Receiving support from his friends was a great blessing in his time of need.
Fin.
A thin flat part on the body of a fish or other aquatic animal used for propulsion or balance.
Examples:
Back fin. A fin of a plane. The shark's powerful fins allowed it to swim at high speeds.
Automatically.
Without needing a direct human control.
Examples:
Record driving automatically. Automatically adjusted. Our subscription plan is automatically renewed.
Defend.
To protect someone or something from attack, criticism, danger, etc.
Examples:
Defend my country. Defend against a threat. International law allows each nation to defend itself when its rights and interests are illegally violated.
Sneer.
To show contempt or ridicule for someone or something through a facial expression or tone of voice. Noun, a contemptuous or scornful smile or remark.
Examples:
Sneer openly at him. Sneer hatefully. She sneered at his attempts to impress her.
Trump.
A playing card with a picture of a trumpeter on it, used in certain card games.
Examples:
Trump card. Choose trump. The trump suit in the game of bridge is determined at the beginning of each hand.
Empire.
A group of countries ruled by one leader or government.
Examples:
Empire building. Empire of the Maya. He has built a thriving e-commerce empire.
Definition:
A concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples:
A precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Bumble.
To move or act clumsily or awkwardly, to speak or behave in an inept or confused manner.
Examples:
Bumble his way into a high-paying job. Bumble through his speeches. She tends to bumble through her work, making careless errors along the way.
Bully.
A person who uses strength or power to harm or intimidate those who are weaker. Verb, to intimidate, harass, or mistreat someone weaker or less powerful.
Examples:
Bully bystander. Bully the weak. The schoolyard bully terrorized the other children and made their lives miserable.
Bureaucracy.
A system of government in which most of the important decisions are made by state officials rather than by elected representatives.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Arbitrary bureaucracy. The bumbling bureaucracy made it difficult to get the permits we needed.
Affair.
Event, situation, or subject that is significant from a political or public perspective, a secretive or illicit sexual relationship.
Examples:
Current affairs. Domestic affairs. Some critics say this exhibition will be a big affair.
Infancy.
The state or period of being a baby or very young child.
Examples:
Infancy stage. In early infancy. The technology is still in its infancy and has much room for improvement.
Corrupt.
Characterized by dishonest behavior or actions, often involving bribery, fraud, or the abuse of power for personal gain, morally or ethically flawed or polluted. Verb, to make someone or something morally depraved or causing it to become dishonest.
Examples:
Corrupt good manners. Corrupt discipline. The corrupt politician was finally exposed and faced criminal charges.
Dot.
A very small circular mark, especially one that is printed.
Examples:
Connecting the dots. Dot blot method. The wallpaper had a pattern of pink dots on a white surface.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
historic accomplishment, achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Sin.
The offense against a religious or moral law or against God.
Examples:
forgive a sin, sin of omission. Some overzealous environmentalists claim celebrities are committing carbon dioxide sins.
Moderate.
Being within reasonable limits, not excessive or extreme.
Examples:
moderate growth, moderate risk. He had a moderate understanding of the topic but needed further research.
Pervasive.
Spreading or existing throughout every part of a thing or place.
Examples:
pervasive language, the pervasive odor of garlic. Suspicion and worry were pervasive in our minds.
Blunt.
Having a dull or rounded edge or point, not sharp, straightforward in speech or manner, often to the point of being rude or insensitive.
Examples:
blunt criticism, blunt force. The blunt knife made it difficult to cut through the tough steak.
Ignorant.
Lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated, unaware of certain facts or information.
Examples:
ignorant remark, blissfully ignorant. He was ignorant of the fact that the meeting had been moved to a different location.
Hail.
To call out to someone to get their attention, often from a distance, to greet or welcome someone, especially with enthusiasm or admiration. Noun, precipitation in the form of small balls or lumps of ice that fall from the sky.
Examples:
hail the victorious team with cheers. Hail forecast. People in the area were forced to hail a taxi due to the lack of public transportation options.
Reign.
The period of time during which a monarch or government holds power. Verb, to be the king or queen.
Examples:
reign of a dictator, reign as sovereign. The dictator's reign was characterized by widespread human rights abuses and suppression of political opposition.
Supreme.
Highest in rank, level, or importance.
Examples:
the Supreme Commander, Justice of the Supreme Court. The supreme pleasure of life is the conviction that we are loved.
Jovian.
Relating to Jupiter or its characteristics.
Examples:
Jovian satellites, Jovian planet. The Jovian moon Europa is believed to have an ocean beneath its icy surface.
Sorcery.
The use of magic, often associated with evil or supernatural powers, witchcraft.
Examples:
Mystical sorcery, dark sorcery. He claimed that he could perform sorcery and cast spells.
Profit.
Money that is earned in business or by selling things after deducting the costs involved.
Examples:
Gross profit. Make a profit. This business yields little profit.
Celebrity.
Someone who is well known, particularly in the entertainment industry.
Examples:
Baseball celebrity. Celebrity known worldwide. The popularity of the show made her an instant celebrity.
Worship.
To have or show a strong feeling of profound respect and admiration for a religious entity such as God or a god.
Examples:
Worship God. Absolutely worship. They traditionally worship their guru.
Cult.
A small religious group, especially one that is not part of a larger religion and that is regarded as outside the norm, followers of an exclusive system of beliefs and practices.
Examples:
Cult members. Cult's practices. The cult leader promised his followers that they would achieve enlightenment if they followed his teachings.
Titanic.
Of or having a great size, power, or influence, of or relating to titanium, equals a light, strong gray, lustrous, corrosion-resistant metallic element.
Examples:
Titanic battle. Titanic compound. The Titanic ship sank on its maiden voyage.
Siren.
A device that emits a loud, piercing sound, typically used as a warning or to get attention. Historically, a creature in Greek mythology whose enchanting voice would lure sailors toward danger.
Examples:
Fire truck siren. Police siren. I heard the siren of an ambulance and moved my car to the side of the road.
Temple.
A place of worship, especially one that is associated with a particular religion or faith, the flat area on either side of the forehead.
Examples:
Temple complex. A tour guide at the temple. He visited the temple to pray and make offerings to the gods.
Justice.
The quality of being fair and reasonable and treating people equally according to their due.
Examples:
Criminal justice. Justice of heaven. The judge's ruling was based on the principles of justice and fairness.
Servant.
A person who performs duties for others, especially a person employed in a house on domestic duties or as a personal attendant.
Examples:
Servant of God. Fellow servant. The faithful servant had been working for the family for many years and was well trusted.
Enslave.
To make someone a slave, to deprive someone of their freedom of choice or action.
Examples:
Enslave poor peasants. Enslave indigenous people. Her beauty enslaved me completely.
Brand.
A type of product, service, etc., made by a particular company and sold under a specific name, identification mark on the skin of livestock, criminals, etc., made by burning.
Examples:
Create a brand logo. The brand of the new car. There's a new brand of hero in the movies now.
Label.
A small piece of paper, fabric, or other material attached to an object and giving information about it. Verb, to assign to a category.
Examples:
A mailing label. Label a bag with my name. The label on the food package lists the ingredients and nutritional information.
Upstart.
A person who has recently risen to a position of power, especially one who behaves arrogantly, an ambitious or presumptuous newcomer.
Examples:
Upstart company. Ambitious upstart. The upstart politician made a splash in the election, challenging the established incumbents.
Constitution.
The set of fundamental principles or established precedents that a state, a country, or an organization is governed by, the act of forming or establishing something.
Examples:
The national constitution. The national constitution. When the Constitution is amended, it often creates a great deal of controversy throughout the country.
Resort.
A place where many people go for rest, sport, or another stated purpose. Verb, turn to or take a course of action, especially an extreme or undesirable one, to resolve a difficult circumstance.
Examples:
Resort to desperate measures. A last resort. If both countries resort to nuclear deterrence, the consequence could be mutual destruction.
Mass.
A large amount of a substance with no definite shape or form, a large number of people or things grouped or crowded together.
Examples:
A mass of molten rock. Critical mass. The mass of people who do not own property is politically impotent.
Extol.
To praise or laud highly, to exalt or elevate someone or something by highlighting their positive qualities or attributes.
Examples:
Extol the beauty. Extol the benefits. The teacher extolled the virtues of hard work and dedication to her students.
Convenience.
The state of being suitable or opportune.
Examples:
Convenience goods. For convenience sake. They offered the convenience of an installment plan.
I.
An outdated word meaning yes, used to indicate agreement or assent, particularly in official contexts such as voting or parliamentary procedures. Forever or always. Noun, agreement or affirmation.
Examples:
I vote. I claimed. The captain nodded an eye, showing his agreement with the plan.
Miracle.
An act or occurrence that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws, and is therefore believed to be caused by God.
Examples:
Miracle person. Economic miracle. The doctor said that her recovery was a miracle.
Godchild.
A child or young person who is baptized and sponsored by a godparent, typically chosen from among close family or friends.
Examples:
Godchild's christening. Baptized godchild. I feel honored that they asked me to be their daughter's godchild.
Upset.
Causing or marked by anxiety, uneasiness, trouble, or grief. Verb, to make someone anxious, unhappy, or angry.
Examples:
Get upset. Have an upset stomach. He was awfully upset by the news.
Shyness.
The quality or state of being worried or embarrassed about meeting and speaking to other people.
Examples:
Lose some of my shyness. Shyness barrier. He finally overcame his shyness.
Fawn.
Having a light yellowish brown or tawny color, often resembling the color of a young deer, excessively flattering or obsequious to seek favor or attention.
Examples:
Fawn coat. White-tailed fawn. She had a fawn-colored dress that looked perfect for the wedding.
Flee.
To leave by running away, especially out of fear or danger.
Examples:
Flee their homes. Flee abroad. It is a basic instinct to flee from a dangerous situation.
Dawn.
The time of day when the sun's light starts to show in the sky.
Examples:
The wan light of dawn. Crack of dawn. Missile assaults on the capital continued around dawn.
Torch.
A portable device that produces a flame, typically one that is used to light a fire or a candle.
Examples:
The torch of learning. Torch song. She used an electric torch to light her way through the dark cave.
Resentment.
Bitterness or indignation at being treated unfairly.
Examples:
Abiding resentment. Bitter resentment. She felt resentment towards her boss for not giving her a promotion.
Rage.
A strong feeling of anger or violence.
Examples:
uncontrollable rage, fall into a rage. She was filled with a burning rage at the injustice she had witnessed.
Injustice.
A violation of the rights of others or the laws of a society.
Examples:
gross injustice, injustice system. The injustice of the court's decision angered many people and led to protests.
Wax.
A substance that is solid at room temperature but becomes softer and more pliable when heated, often used in the production of candles, polishes, and cosmetics. Verb, to become large.
Examples:
wax finish, wax and wane. He sealed the letter with a wax seal.
Pit.
A hole in the ground or a cavity in a surface, a place for storing or holding something, a section of a theater or sports arena where people can sit.
Examples:
the bottomless pit, the pit of the stomach. The pit of the avocado can be removed by gently wedging a spoon around it.
Flux.
The state of constantly changing or flowing, the rate of flow of energy or particles across a particular place.
Examples:
flux density, flux of particles. The town's population was in flux, with many people moving in and out.
Lava.
Molten rock that has been extruded from a volcano and solidified, a highly fluid, highly heated substance or material.
Examples:
lava flow, molten lava. The volcano's eruption caused a lava river to flow down the mountainside.
Wrath.
Extreme anger.
Examples:
wrath of God, a high person's wrath. He finally exploded with wrath due to the team's repeated failures.
Wary.
Cautious or distrustful, especially because of a previous bad experience.
Examples:
a wary statesman, wary of marriage. She was wary of meeting new people because of past experiences.
Novelty.
The quality of being new, attractive, and unusual.
Examples:
bit of a novelty, the novelty of an invention. In Europe, this tropical fruit is still a novelty.
Wane.
To decrease in size, strength, or intensity.
Examples:
wane over time, wane in popularity. The fragrance of this material wanes over weeks to months.
Bloody.
Covered in or smeared with blood, involving or characterized by bloodshed or brutality.
Examples:
bloody massacre, bloody diarrhea. The crime scene was bloody and gruesome.
Terror.
Intense fear, a state of intense fear or alarm.
Examples:
Terror attack. Terror group. The bomb blast spread terror among the people.
Feign.
To pretend to have or to be affected by something, usually to deceive or trick someone.
Examples:
Feign a stomachache. Feign a false laugh. Some animals feign death when in danger.
Mighty.
Very large, powerful, or strong.
Examples:
Mighty works. Struck a mighty blow. Only the mighty God has the power to brighten this dark land.
Rival.
A person, company, or thing competing with others for the same thing or in the same area.
Examples:
Rival bidder. Merge with a rival company. He interfered with his rivals in various ways during the campaign.
Guile.
The use of deceit or cunning to achieve one's goals, sly or cunning behavior, often with the intent to deceive.
Examples:
Cunning guile. Political guile. She used a combination of charm and guile strategy to work her way up in the company.
Bluster.
To speak or act in a loud, noisy, and forceful way, often in an attempt to intimidate or impress others. To boast or brag in a threatening or blustery manner. Noun, loud, aggressive, or indignant talk with little substance.
Examples:
Bluster him into the belief. Theatrical bluster. The politician blustered about the importance of his new policy.
Batter.
To hit something or someone repeatedly with much force. Noun, baseball, a ball player who is batting.
Examples:
Batter the eggs. The batter's box. He got so angry that he battered the door down.
Scatter.
To cause to separate and go in different directions.
Examples:
Scatter seeds. Scatter around the internet. The hunter's approach scattered the geese.
Sham.
Something that is not as good or true as it seems to be and is intended to deceive people. A person who pretends to be something they are not.
Examples:
A sham battle. Turn out to be all sham. The data he prepared was completely sham.
Bluff.
To try to deceive someone into believing that you can or are going to do something, or that you have knowledge or abilities. Noun, a high steep bank, usually formed by river erosion.
Examples:
Bluff the other side. Riverside bluff. He bluffed a person out of going.
Trinket.
A small decorative item or piece of jewelry that is often of little value or practical use, but is cherished for its sentimental or aesthetic qualities.
Examples:
Vintage trinket, cheap trinket. The little girl loved to collect trinkets and display them on her dresser.
Bauble.
A small, decorative trinket or ornament, a showy or gaudy item of little value or significance.
Examples:
Shiny bauble, decorative bauble. The Christmas tree was adorned with colorful baubles and twinkling lights.
Sly.
Having or showing a secretive or deceptive nature, cunning or crafty in achieving one's goals.
Examples:
Sly tactics, sly fox. He had a sly smile on his face as he told his joke.
Din.
A loud, confused noise, a loud, persistent racket.
Examples:
Din of traffic, mighty din. The din of the city was overwhelming.
Sty.
A small enclosure or pen for domesticated pigs or other farm animals, a dirty, messy, or disorganized place.
Examples:
Sty in my eye, messy sty. The farmer cleaned out the pig sty before the new piglets arrived.
Feast.
A large meal, typically one served on a special occasion.
Examples:
A feast for the eyes, a nightly feast. The royal feast celebrated the harvest, and the community enjoyed it.
Revelry.
Lively and noisy festivities, typically involving drinking, dancing, and general merrymaking, a celebration marked by indulgence and enjoyment.
Examples:
Revelry in the streets, festival revelry. The street was filled with revelry on New Year's Eve.
Rut.
A long track or groove worn into the ground, typically by the repeated passage of wheels or other heavy objects, a fixed, boring or monotonous routine or course of action.
Examples:
Falling into a rut, boring routine rut. The company seems stuck in a rut and needs to try something new.
Muck.
Dense, wet, and dirty matter or waste, often found in soil or on the ground, animal waste.
Examples:
Construction muck, muck on clothes. The horses waded through the muck in the field after the rainstorm.
Peril.
Serious and great danger or risk.
Examples:
The peril of the sea, environmental peril. Due to hunger, the lives of the refugees were in peril.
Arrow.
A thin, pointed projectile designed to be shot from a bow, a symbol or pointer that is shaped like an arrow.
Examples:
Arrow pointing. Arrow diagram. The archer aimed his arrow carefully at the target.
Stomach.
The internal organ in the body where food is digested, situated in the abdomen, the part of the body below the chest that contains the stomach.
Examples:
Upset stomach. Stomach virus. I have a stomach ache after overeating junk food.
Poetry.
Poems in general as a genre of literature.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Book of poetry. Different cultures have different comfortable word rhythms, so the composition of poetry varies greatly.
Shock.
A strong feeling or physical reaction to a sudden and unexpected event or experience, especially something unpleasant.
Examples:
Death from shock. Shock resistant. He got an electric shock at work.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Clinic.
A building or hospital department where people can go for medical care or advice, especially of a particular condition.
Examples:
Visit to the veterinary clinic. A dental clinic. She holds a clinic on Tuesday mornings.
Beg.
To ask for something urgently or earnestly, to appeal to someone to do something.
Examples:
Beg the question. Beg for help. She begged her parents to let her go to the concert.
Nurse.
A healthcare professional who is trained to provide care for the sick or injured. Verb, to try to cure by special care or treatment of an illness or injury.
Examples:
Nurse practitioner. A volunteer nurse. The night shift nurse checked my vital signs before administering the medication.
Evil.
Profoundly immoral, cruel, and wicked, having or exerting a harmful effect on people.
Examples:
Evil ways. A charm against evil. Corruption is an evil act for any reason.
Glorious.
Having or deserving great admiration, praise, and honor, having great beauty and splendor.
Examples:
A glorious victory. Photo in glorious color. I choose a glorious death rather than a shameful life.
Fantastic.
Extremely good, excellent.
Examples:
A fantastic dress. Absolutely fantastic event. The new amusement park ride was fantastic, with twists, turns, and drops that left riders screaming with excitement.
Verse:
A type of poetry that is characterized by a metrical structure and often a rhyme scheme.
Examples:
Cited verse. Verse play. The poet recited a verse from her latest collection.
Transform:
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
Transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Clone:
A plant or animal whose genetic information is identical to that of a parent organism from which it was created, an unauthorized copy or imitation.
Examples:
Clone embryo. Recombinant clone. He is like an exact clone of his brother.
Navigation:
The act of directing a ship or airplane from place to place, advice or information intended to resolve a problem or challenge, especially as given by someone in authority.
Examples:
Navigation system. Visual navigation. The plane's navigation system had problems, which mechanics found.
Ancestor:
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Neanderthalensis:
A species of the genus Homo that lived in Europe and Western and Central Asia from about 200,000 to 30,000 years ago.
Examples:
Homo neanderthalensis. Neanderthalensis DNA. The discovery of a Neanderthalensis burial site was a breakthrough for the team of archaeologists.
Bastardize:
To alter, modify, or degrade something in a way that undermines or violates its original integrity or quality, to create a less authentic or less desirable version of something.
Examples:
Bastardize a recipe. Bastardize culture. We do not want to bastardize the text's original meaning through poor translations.
Hunt:
To go after and try to catch wild animals to kill them for food, sport, or profit.
Examples:
Hunt a job. Hunt after knowledge. Hounds hunt their prey by using their keen scent.
Genius:
Someone who has exceptional intellectual ability and originality.
Examples:
A person of genius. A genius for music. Mozart was a musical genius.
Assemble:
To collect in one place as a single group.
Examples:
Assemble your colleagues. Assemble a jigsaw puzzle. The president began to assemble an army.
Iota.
An extremely small amount or quantity, a tiny or insignificant element or part, the ninth letter of the Greek alphabet.
Examples:
Without an iota of forgiveness. An iota of truth. I didn't understand an iota of what the professor was saying during the lecture.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Cocaine.
A highly addictive stimulant drug that is derived from the leaves of the coca plant, often used recreationally for its euphoric effects, but also used in medicine as a local anesthetic and vasoconstrictor.
Examples:
Powder cocaine. Cocaine overdose. The drug dealer was arrested for possession of cocaine.
Inferno.
A place or condition of intense suffering, especially hell, in traditional Christian beliefs.
Examples:
A raging inferno. Devastating inferno. The building was consumed by an inferno, reducing it to ashes.
Unbelievable.
Beyond belief or understanding, and extremely surprising.
Examples:
Unbelievable beauty. Cause unbelievable damage. He drinks an unbelievable amount of beer.
Offshoot.
A subsidiary or secondary branch or part of something, a new development or idea that has grown out of a larger one.
Examples:
An offshoot of the company. Cultural offshoot. The new program is an offshoot of the main curriculum for students with specific interests.
Erect.
To construct or build something, to cause to rise, adjective, upright or vertical.
Examples:
Erect structure. Keep the flagpole erect. The workers were able to erect the tent in just a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Utterly.
Completely or absolutely.
Examples:
Utterly changed. Utterly ignorant. We are utterly opposed to any form of terrorism.
Pale.
Having skin that is very light colored, lacking in vitality or interest or effectiveness.
Examples:
a pale complexion, pale pink. She turned pale when she heard the news.
Listless.
Lacking energy, enthusiasm, or interest, marked by a feeling of lethargy or apathy.
Examples:
listless mood, spend a listless day. After a long day at work, I felt listless and unable to do anything productive.
Generous.
Willing to give and share something such as money, help, kindness, etc., especially more than is necessary or expected.
Examples:
a generous reward, a generous and thoughtful person. This teacher is generous in his grading.
Mistress.
A woman who has an ongoing extramarital sexual relationship with a, often, married man. A woman who is in a position of authority or control and directs the work of others.
Examples:
a mistress of comedy. Keep a mistress. She used to be his mistress before the death of his first wife.
Hoard.
To collect money, valuables, etc., for future use secretly. Noun, a secret store or collection of money, valuables, etc., for future use.
Examples:
hoard my possessions. Plutonium hoard. They hoarded a common secret instead of sharing it.
Savor.
To enjoy or appreciate something fully, to relish or delight in something delicious or enjoyable, to preserve or season with a savory flavor.
Examples:
savor the moment. Savor the taste. I always like to savor a good cup of coffee in the morning.
Crystal.
A solid material with many even sides that is formed naturally when the substance becomes solid and has a highly regular atomic structure. Clear and colorless glass made of almost pure silica.
Examples:
liquid crystal. Crystal analyses. A vast crystal chandelier glittered brightly above us.
Crave.
To have a strong desire for something, to long for or want intensely.
Examples:
crave chocolate. Crave advice from others. She craves success and is always pushing herself to do better.
Hem.
The edge or border of a piece of cloth, typically sewn to prevent fraying or unraveling. A small margin or border around something. Verb, to fold the edge of a piece of fabric and sew it down to create a neat and secure finish.
Examples:
the hem of a dress. Hem the skirt. The hem length of her dress was perfect for the evening event.
Dabble.
To engage in an activity in a casual or superficial way. To dip a foot or hand briefly into a liquid.
Examples:
dabble in a hobby. Dabble at French. They often dabble in new business ventures, but only commit partially.
Babble.
The sound of many people speaking simultaneously, meaningless talk or speech.
Examples:
The babble of a crowd. Mindless babble. Please avoid using excessive jargon or too much technological babble.
Deny.
To state that one refuses to admit the existence or truth of something.
Examples:
Adamantly deny killing. Deny the allegations. He is still denying stealing the money from the cash register.
Thirst.
A feeling of needing something to drink, a strong desire for something.
Examples:
A burning thirst. Thirst for authority. He read books to quench his thirst for knowledge.
Scrabble.
To scratch or scrape at something with one's hands or claws frantically or desperately. To arrange or rearrange letter tiles to form words in a game of Scrabble equals a popular word game using a 15 by 15 square board and letter tiles, or a similar word game.
Examples:
Scrabble through her purse. Scrabble words. The kids eagerly scrabbled to find the hidden Easter eggs in the garden.
Absent.
Not present in a particular place at a particular time.
Examples:
Absent-minded. Absent without leave. He was absent from the meeting and missed all the important updates.
Haggard.
Looking exhausted, worn out, or gaunt, as from fatigue, illness, or overwork, having a worn or wild appearance, as if from lack of food or rest.
Examples:
Haggard complexion. Haggard appearance. The prisoners looked haggard and emaciated due to the inhumane conditions in the jail.
Limp.
Having no strength or energy, walking with difficulty because of pain, injury, or disability in one's leg or foot.
Examples:
Limp handshake. Limp hair. The steak was so undercooked that it was almost raw and had a limp texture.
Pimp.
A person, typically a man, who lives off the earnings of a prostitute or sex worker.
Examples:
Pimp lifestyle. Pimp culture. The lazy pimp controlled and exploited the women working for him.
Babel.
A loud noise, typically referring to the confusion of many voices talking at once, derived from the biblical story of the Tower of Babel, in which God caused confusion among people by making them speak different languages.
Examples:
A babel of confusion. Babel of languages. The classroom was a babel of excitement as the students prepared for their field trip.
Tyranny.
A form of government in which a single ruler has absolute power, often exercised cruelly and oppressively, the arbitrary or oppressive exercise of power or control over others.
Examples:
Brutal tyranny. Tyranny of the majority. The country was ruled by a tyranny that oppressed its citizens.
Slave.
A person who is either legally or illegally owned by someone, a person entirely dominated by some influence or a person.
Examples:
A slave of drink. A slave trader. You should work hard but not be a slave to it.
Covet.
To strongly desire or crave something, particularly something that belongs to someone else, to have an excessive or envious desire for.
Examples:
Covet wealth. Covet fame. She couldn't help but covet her friend's designer handbag.
Spur.
A thing that encourages someone to do something, any sharply pointed projection, verb, to incite or stimulate someone or something.
Examples:
Spur of the moment. Spur momentum of economic growth. The threat of losing his job was the spur he needed to work harder.
Abyss.
A deep, dark, or seemingly bottomless chasm or void.
Examples:
The abyss of time. An abyss of hopelessness. The deep sea is an abyss of mystery and discovery.